In Unreal Engine, there are many ways to create a Starscape. One of the ways I'm going to show you today, I think, has the most flexibility and control without being overwhelming for newer users. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So, last time we left off, we have gone ahead and created, you won't be able to see it here because there's no lighting in this level, but you've created a spaceship that can move around. So let's go ahead and actually think about, how we want to create our Starscape. So first thing I want to do is there's a couple of things that I need in this level to actually use it. First, let's go ahead and get a directional light. We'll set this to 0, 0, 0. We don't have to worry about the direction it is pointing at the moment. And then as well, we want to get a skylight because this is going to allow us to provide some ambient light. Depending on how we want to set this up, there's a few things we can do. We can either use a specified cube map or a captured scene to provide some more dynamic lighting in our world. From there, we then need to create a post-process volume. So we go in here, you can actually search for it. That'll be a little bit faster oftentimes than searching for it directly. And then we'll just go ahead and set these all down to 0. I like to set all of these to 0 just so that way if I ever need to find something, for whatever reason, they're all just at the 0 point. You can also go in here and folder these. That way they're all in the same location as well. So we'll call this like level assets, and then just drag all this in there because that's all just level asset stuff. Now, as you can see here, we're getting a warning about our exposure range. That's something we probably want to change anyways. I don't like a lot of the ways that the default exposure system works. So at least in my opinion, and especially when you're first figuring out your sort of style that you want, I like to come in here and just turn off auto exposure. And once we turn that off, that should hopefully look a little bit better. Now, what we need to do is I've created a folder ahead of time, but it's a Starscape folder here at the top level. And what we're going to do is we're going to need to create a material because the way I'm going to show you how to create a Starscape is going to be using a material instance that is applied to the post-processing volume. So we need to go to our post-processing volume and we're going to do two things. First, we're going to set the infinite extent unbound. And the second thing we're going to do here in a moment once we're done with our material. So first go to our material here and we're going to call this M. And now this is a post-processing material, so we'll just call this material P underscore Starscape. And from here, we're going to need to talk about some nodes. Now, first, let's go ahead and change this to a post-processing material. But to truly get an understanding of the level of depth that we need for this material, I am going to bring over the actual code from my current project, just because that'll be a lot easier to make sure that we get it all correct. So bringing in the code, there is quite a bit going on here. Let's kind of work our way backwards towards the sort of end bit. So first, as we can see here, we're multiplying whatever we're receiving out into an emissive color. From here, we're lerping between basically two brands here. So the first section is going to be our post-processing input. This is the scene texture. This is basically taking that, masking it as an RGB without the alpha, and then passing it into the lerp A. And then lerp B goes further on down the line. Now how we're actually lerping it in the alpha is basically what we're doing. This is the scene depth, and we're getting the blue channel, dividing that by 100 million, flooring it, and then setting a clamp between 0 and 1. Now, what does this actually do? Basically, what this is doing is this is setting a distance where something is either in front of or behind that post-processing volume. Now, since we want this to cover absolutely everything, what we basically are doing here is saying that if it's 100 million Unreal units out, it'll be behind it, otherwise it is in front of it. Now, in theory, there's a few different ways to do this. I like to do this because it allows you a little bit more trickery with how you can set this number. So if you ever need to shrink it down to kind of trick the player into thinking that they're in a different space or something like that, you can handle that with shrinking that number down. From here, with the B value here in the lerp, if we go back a little bit further, this is actually being lerped back here. This is a tint intensity. So this is just a parameter value. So if you go ahead and you find your scalar parameters, or you can hit 1 and is it left click? You left click, and that will give you initially a scalar value, and then you can right click and convert to a parameter. From there, I give it the name tint intensity and set a default value of this. You can set it to whatever default value you want. That is just one that I've seen as a decent enough value. From there, I have another parameter. This time it is a 4 value. So if you hit 4 and left click, you will get that as well. And then right click and convert to parameter. But essentially, this is a color value that we're going to use as a tint to tint our overall Starscape. Now you could split this and tint it on each texture section. All you'd have to do to change this would be just to do this tint section and then these multiplies here, but before doing the adds, I believe. And that should work. From there, what we're doing with this tint is we're multiplying it by the add that is here and then lerping between the original color that we have from our textures and the tinted version of that. So that way you can lerp the tint intensity. So that way if you set this to very high, you can always use the lower tint value to kind of ease between where you want the tint to actually be and what it looks like in the final version. From there, we basically have 4 sections here, and these are just handling the 4 different textures. So we're going to look at one of these, but just know that these are duplicated with updated parameter value names, so T1, T2, T3, T4. But here is the first one. And this is a texture sample, which we don't currently have filled in, that is then being affected by a hue shift. We're taking in a hue shift percentage, taking in that texture, and then spitting out that result and trying to take it and desaturate it based on how much saturation we want on the end result. So basically this saturation, we take this and we go 1 minus the saturation of result, and that gives us a fraction to then plug into our desaturation. So the higher this is, the less desaturated this is. From there, we take that desaturation and we multiply it by our luminosity value. And this makes it so that this determines how bright that texture is. Future Space Marine here. If you like the content you're watching and want to see more of it, make sure to subscribe and to turn on notifications. It looks like about 82% of you are not subscribed. If more of you could subscribe, that would greatly help this channel. Thank you. Back to the series. From there, we then add those in together. So T1 and T2 get added together, and then T3 and T4 get added together. And then we add those together all together. And that's what we then go on to tint. So going a little bit further back, to set the UVs for the different texture samples, we basically take this append many, and we're plugging in the RGB values. What this is basically doing is you're basically appending together this RGB, and then adding a 4th value here. This is just because you have to, append many it's set up to require alpha, but you don't necessarily have to take out the alpha. From here, this mask RGB is coming from the reflection vector, basically the sky atmosphere light direction. This is a light index of the sky atmosphere lights you have in your world, and it takes that and looks for the reflection vector. So if you think about it like this, right? If your light is going in all directions from your sky atmosphere, it's saying what direction are those coming from? That is the reflection vector. And then it's taking the RGB masks of those. And the way you get these RGB masks, if you just type in component mask, and then you just select the one that you want, that's how you find that. Because if you just look mask, it can be confusing because there's a lot of different types of masks. So it's going to be your component mask. All right, so that is most of what we need now. So all that's left is these 4 textures, right? Well, we need to actually import those, and I'm going to include in the description a link to the 4 that I created for my own game. Technically, they can be any 4 textures, but they need to be a specific texture type. All right, and as far as the actual software I used to create these textures, that's going to be this right here, Starscape, created by Alex Pearson. He has a website here that I'll link down below. There's actually the source code linked is here to his specific GitHub. But if you'd like to take a look at anything else he has done, it is all listed here in this website. But I definitely enjoyed using the software. It's definitely pretty intuitive. I would consider If you want to take a look at it, he's got some YouTube videos all about the software. It's pretty straightforward. You just fill out some information in the data, and you can use a lot of different things to create your Spacescape, or your Starscape as I call it. But definitely check it out if you're interested in creating your own. And that is going to be of type DDS. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my own. As you can see here, we have these 4 Starscapes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to combine them inside of there to get the final version. So let's go ahead and plug these in, and they are numbered. You don't have to do it the same way I'm doing it, but if you are following along and wanting to replicate as closely as you can, that is how you'll do it, is doing it in that order. So from there, that has now created our base level material. Now what we want to do is then create a material instance. Now while we don't necessarily have to, because we're not going to be reusing this material a whole bunch, so we aren't going to get necessarily the benefit that way, what we will get a benefit by having the instance is that we can update it at runtime without needing to compile and save every time we update the material. So let's go ahead and do that second thing I talked about earlier for the post-processing volume. Go ahead and search up post, and you'll find post-processing materials. Hit add element, choose asset reference, and then pick Starscape inst. You can see we already have something going on, but it's kind of dark and hard to see. So what we then need to do is open up our inst, and what I like to do is just drag it out so we can kind of see a little bit better. And we're going to select a few of these layers so we can brighten them up and see a better value. So from here, let's go ahead and give it maybe like a 5 for each one of these to make it just that little bit brighter. All right, there you go. So as you can see, it's a little bit brighter. Now, as you can tell right now, it's very blue, but because we set up the tint, we set up the luminosity and the hue shift, we can actually handle, and the saturation, we can handle this and make it a variety of other colors. So if we go ahead and let's say hue shift, this first one, you see we start to get a little bit of green up there, maybe a little bit of red, depending on where we shift it to. Let's try a different one. Here we go. This one gives us this section of the sky, and we can shift all the way from the blue that we start to back to the blue, because it does go around the color wheel. So you can shift to whatever color you'd like. And then of course you've also got luminosity, so you can make different sections brighter or darker, but you do notice that as you kind of wash out the color by making it too bright, it starts to get a little bit more pixelated looking. Now this was generated using a Starscape program that actually uses pixels to try and create a very, very accurate Starscape based on what you enter in. So it's a generative program, not in AI way. This is an older program that allows you to type in specific numbers to get different Starscapes. This is one I created a long time ago. But from here, there's a lot of different things we can do to tweak these and get different colors and different brightnesses. One thing you want to notice that might help, because you can see here, it's just a little bit still pixelated. If you go and you load up your actual Starscape texture that you've put here, whether it's the one that I included or your own, if we go ahead and look at their texture, what you'll notice is they're set to world. Now that's not necessarily a bad one, but sometimes that can limit the size that they are at. And then you also want to look at the encoding speed. Now this is set to a good encoding speed, fast, because it is a power of 2. If you ever see the encoding speed says it doesn't work or something like that, something you can do to fix that is going to be setting the padding. So for example, you set to square power of 2 or something like that, that will often fix that problem so that it'll actually encode correctly. Now we're not necessarily worried about that, but what we can do is we can set it to something like UI, and this will make it a little bit larger of a file size. As you can see here, this is set to like 32 megabytes, I believe, for this specific file. Actually, in this case, because it generates a MIP for the UI, it's actually going down in file size, which is not the worst thing in the world. You can also set it to Skybox. But I like to set it to UI because usually when you set it to UI, it keeps things just a little bit crisper, and it keeps them just a little bit clearer usually. Not always, but a lot of times you'll see that you'll see a little bit more detail in everything. But yeah, now as we can see, we can look around and we've got quite a bit going on here. One thing I like to do here just to give us a object to sort of be our reference point in the world, is we'll just create a sphere and drop it in here. Now, something you'll notice is when we go to a dark side, it's pretty dark. There's not a whole lot of background light coming in. A lot of that is just because of the way we have our skylight set up. So let's go ahead and tweak that a little bit. So having this reference object here can be very helpful for that. So let's go in and tweak the settings here. So one thing we want to look at is there's the captured scene, and then there's also a specified cube map. Now, with the way that this is working, it doesn't get very bright with the captured scene because it's not running at real time. And to run at real time, there's some things you've got to do. What I like to do is, since our static skylight is going to stay pretty much the same most of the time, we can just set this to a specified cube map. And let's go ahead and grab one of our brighter ones, maybe this one. As you can see, this gives us a little gentle blue. Now that might be too bright for what we're wanting to do. Maybe we want to keep it a little bit harsher. So we can just tweak this intensity value here and get a little bit of a different effect depending on what we want. We can also set the sky threshold as even further away, and that can sometimes affect things. I think with ours, with how it's lighting, it's not affecting it too much, but it's up to you. And you can set the cube map to a higher resolution. So if you want to, shorten down the distance a little bit, we'll set it to something pretty high. You end up noticing that it can affect the way the color bounces, because essentially what it does to create that cube map is it will look at the sky behind it and create sort of like a simplified version. So the higher this resolution is, the more accurate your lighting will be, but also the more expensive that will get. So we'll drop that back down, and maybe we'll up the intensity just a little bit to like 0.75. Just enough to give it some lighting, but not be too crazy. Now when we go and fly our ship around, we get a little bit of lighting there. So we're not in pitch black. So as you can see, we're even getting a little bit of bounce lighting from that ball there, but nothing too crazy. And then boop, we're in the light. But yeah, so I think that is pretty much it for this episode. Next time we'll start covering a couple of other things we need to do before we start getting too heavy into mechanics. But yeah, that is it for today. If you have any questions, definitely leave them down below. But otherwise, good luck and good hunting.